Yeah, hello. Back again. Today I thought I'd tear down a couple ice makers since I haven't done any of these yet. I don't believe I've done any on video. This was one of the finds I brought in the other day, this bar. Stuck a magnet to it, doesn't stick, and I started kind of cutting into it a little bit there. It appears to be solid brass. And the thing weighs 7 pounds, 5 ounces. So, I got this little bitty, looks like a little heater core. That's looking pretty white right here, so I'm thinking that's aluminum, but the top's brass. And probably both of these tubes coming out. Anyway, get busy on these ice makers. So I thought I'd show you one. I was looking at a side-by-side out there, and these aren't really worth pulling out. Has a plastic ice tray, and then had a clear cover on the control box. So really on this control box you got a little bitty circuit board here and a little motor. So basically I would just pull out the 4 screws and pull that little motor out. There's probably nothing on the circuit board, but yeah, it doesn't hurt to look it over. And if you can throw it into low grade boards, go ahead. But pull that little motor out and throw it into a bucket for copper bearing motors. That's kind of what I do with a lot of little transformers, stuff like that. So not much in that thing. And to remove these, I just use this little pry bar. Instead of trying to get in there and pull the screws out to get the ice makers out, I just take this pry bar in there and pry it, take it out by force. A lot faster. So, this one's got a little dial on the side. We'll pry that off. I really need a trash can closer to me, but it is what it is. Then we're going to try this thing off. A lot of these come off super easy, and sometimes you need a little parts tray. I'm going to back that camera out a little bit more. I don't want to get, of course I know a lot of you folks watch on your cell phones, and probably don't need this big hammer. Okay, both of these have Phillips screws on the ends, so I'll grab my cordless drill. So 3 screws. I'll go ahead and break 2 of them down at one time. I got a little barrel here. It looks like I got 5 more down in there. Let's get those 3 screws out. That pulls right out. And for those that do micro scrapping, even once you pull this knob off right here, it's orange in color, so I would say that's copper. A little bit of copper there. like I say, it just pulls right off. And then if you want to take the time, you got a lot of little copper strips in there, and then you got your little copper bearing motor. Guess I'll throw those little pieces in there for right now. And I think I got the wrong tip on the drill for pulling them motors off, so I'm just going to set them aside for a second. And got two screws down in here. That piece comes off, and really, you got two little copper strips or something in there. I'll bring it to the camera where you can see it. So you got two little strips right in there. Yeah, I think all you need on that, hopefully, yeah, needle nose. Of course, better check it with a magnet. Look at that, they stick to the magnet. So they're not copper, they're just coated. And you got this wire. I think the thing to do on that would be just to, yeah, that piece came off and the wire came out. I'll throw that in the tin bucket. So we know that that's not worth anything. Then we got it down to, so let's pull that clip out. Okay, let me go ahead and knock this piece off of here. I should probably pan that camera back a little bit. Basically pulling all the guts or the plastic pieces off. I'll pan up just a little. Sometimes I pick this stuff up to work on it, and you don't see what I'm doing. Okay, so both of these have a little piece on here, 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to, for those that don't know, the end of your extension is a 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to use it instead of grabbing a 1/4 inch bit, because these are not under any torque at all. And one of those was plastic, the other was metal. It doesn't stick. By the looks of it, I would say it's stainless. I'll take it to the bench grinder, see if it throws sparks. I say on the end of this little metal rod, the other plastic piece fell right off. But if it doesn't, just weave it out of there and then throw it in the tin. So we're getting close to where I wanted to show you. Got this little metal rod sticking out here. A lot of times you can just get a hold of it, pry it right out. That's not sticking to a magnet, so I'll have to investigate that. Here's the other one. Now, channel locks work good because they're usually rounded on the back. And this one's got a couple little metal clips on it. I'll have to check those, see if they stick to the magnet or not. Okay, so now they're pretty well cleaned up, except we still got the basically that's a little heating element, so once the ice forms in there, that'll produce a little bit of heat and just start to melt the ice cube just enough to where the motor can push it out. So a lot of times what I do on these, of course they like to break. Sometimes they come out real easy, sometimes you got to work with it. But I took a screwdriver, an old screwdriver, the tip was pretty messed up. And I ground the tip down so it's a little bit narrower. Looks like that might be kind of crimped in right here. A lot of times you can get in there and just pry these things out. Kind of bend that one up a hair. Hopefully you can see that. I guess I could try to zoom in a little better. Try to zoom in here, focus. Yeah, we'll get it here eventually. I probably shouldn't have pried that one off like I did. Now I'm just getting underneath there. I left this flat on both sides because it was a flathead screwdriver. But say if you ground a Phillips down, you could probably just flatten it on one side and keep your roundness. Okay, now we got clean cast aluminum. Now, this one's got this little knob on it. So I'm going to try to see if I can just, yeah, it'll just come right off. Let's see. Looks like I got to stay to this one side of the workbench so you can see what I'm doing. So, I'm going to do on this one, just take the handle, hit them a couple times, kind of bends them up, and you just get in there, pops right out. So that's how I clean those up. So, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to call it quits, keep it short. If you enjoyed it, if you learned anything, I hope I earned your subscription. Appreciate it if you like and share the video. Views always help. So, I hope you guys are doing great out there scrapping, getting lots of good copper and brass and everything, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.